remember. I can always edit it. Is it recording? Where's the time?
It says Rick 09.
Yep, you're right. So, it is Friday, I think the 30th, May 30th.
31st.
31st, and Wednesday I put in screened bottom boards. That's the bottom part of the hive where all the stuff falls off the bees and lands on. Beekeepers will know this, but bees have mites on them, which is like a tick to a person kind of, and these mites can cause disease and injury, suck the blood, so to speak, from bees. So I put on screened bottom boards where those mites should fall off bees when they do and then not be able to make it back up. So to make sure they can't make it back up and to count them, I insert these drawers in the back. They are covered with Vaseline so the mites will stick. The bees can't get to this and stick themselves. And then I can count the mites and see if I need to treat any further. On one of them, which I'm going to put into Hive A, I only put Vaseline on the outer edge. My thought was, sure, mites might fall in the center, but if they're gonna try to get back in the hive, they got to go to one edge or another, and so they're going to run into that Vaseline, get stuck, and I should be able to see them easier. On the other one, I did the traditional method, which is put Vaseline across the whole surface, and the mites will stick where they lay, and then I can count them. So, if you want to come around back here, Conrad, I'm not in a bee suit because I'm not going to be doing a lot with the hive. Let me keep it up and tape them. It's also shot all the way out now.
Oh.
Yeah. So zoom it back in. I'm also not...
I got a close-up of the Vaseline.
Oh, good. Thanks. I'm also not, wearing a hive or a beekeeper suit. This is the one I'm going to put into Hive B, so I'll put it there for now. So there's a drawer in the back, and this slides in just under a screen that you can't see. The screen is the bottom of the whole hive, and that's where all, like I say, the stuff from the hive falls down onto. Once this is in there, there's still a little space here, but my dad had made for me a piece of wood that would fit right in there, and I'll come back and put that in a moment. Here is the board for Hive B. This is the completely Vaseline covered one, and I might switch these back and forth in case I'm miscounting in one way or another. Kind of do a little experiment. This just slides right in. This board is made of like plastic sign material, corrugated plastic stuff. It's pretty firm. When I'm done, I can scrape it off gently with a spatula, and then I reuse it over and over. Alright, so that's in as far as it can go. I'm going to get these two pieces of wood. You can stay there, Conrad. For these, I figured I didn't want any kind of large animals taking up residence underneath the hives. That seemed like that wouldn't be ideal, and so I'm going to see if I can get this to fit in. It looks like it is a bit long. I'm going to have to cut that down when I get back in. Yes. So, just for my future reference, I need to cut basically about a... Wish I had brought something to mark it with. You know what? Alright, the width of this blade of grass I need to cut off of each one. They're the same size. So I can easily do that and then come back out. No, it's just some old stuff. So also the time we want to make note. What time is it? 10:30 basically. So I have to count how many hours and days I put these I have to count how many hours and days I put these sticky bottom boards in there for, because let's say I get 20 mites, but I don't know how many days that was over. It's almost useless information. So I'm probably going to keep these in there at least for a couple of days, maybe get them out of there Saturday night, so maybe 2.5, or Sunday night, 2.5 days. Now if we want, we can take a look at the activity of the hives, if you want to turn around to that. And you can even stand here and zoom in a little bit. Do you know how to zoom in with that? A lot of bees coming back with pollen. Very active hives. Now, each of these hives' queens has had some of their daughters and sons, but mostly daughters. So, so we might be seeing some of those. Usually in the first couple of weeks, the newly born bees stay inside the hive. They don't really do a lot of foraging. So these might still be mostly the bees that came with the package way back on May 4th. Any thoughts you can think to add? While you're thinking, I'll say it looks like Hive B is more active than Hive A. Did you get over to Hive A? You can just kind of zoom in from here. But they're both quite active, and I don't have any concerns about either. Hive B is the one we recently saw the queen in, and that worker bee is chewing her way out of the cell. That was pretty neat. Hive A, we saw the queen at about the 1-week inspection, just because she was so much different than the other bees, so much darker. Anyway, it's a sunny day, it's warm, there's a bit of a breeze, but they're in a good windbreak. They've got their new box on there, and I'm hoping that they're filling it up with freshly drawn comb and honey stores, pollen, maybe even brood. And that's something I'll check for in the next inspection, which may be about a week or week and a half from now. I may then also change the entrance reducer. If you want to zoom in on that, there's that small entrance that they're going in and out of. It seems that they're still not too cluttered. Seems like they can get through as they need to, but I might make that to the next biggest opening, which makes it 3 inches wide instead of just whatever that is, 3/4 of an inch or something. So I'll come back out after I saw off these boards slightly, but I probably won't videotape that. That's not going to be that interesting. And I think we can leave it at that.